two ways I tie a hook: the double Palomar and the Snell knot. I'll do it real big and then I'll do it small too. So take your line, 550 cord here, and then I gotta do a super long one on this because it gets too big, but bend it in half and pinch it at the top. Take your pinch and push it through your eyelet of your hook and double it back over the hook so you have this number right here. Then you're going to pinch at the eyelet here, twist it around 5 times. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do 3 because it's going to get way too big. Normally 5. And then you're going to take your loop in and run it back through the hole at your eyelet. Loop that around and bring it back through the loop you just made, and then pull that tight, and then you're gonna cinch your line down from there onto the hook, and it's gonna leave a knot that looks like that. Clip this tag end off and this tag end off, and then you're left with your main line in. The other one is the Snell knot, and with the Snell knot you're going to use that with like a flipping hook, and I'm going to do it on regular line in a minute and show you why it works. You take the end of your line, run it down through your eyelet from the top of your eyelet. So if you have like this flipping hook, you're going to go through the top of the loop down through here, make a small loop at the bottom. So now you have this. Then your remaining free end here, you're going to wrap around about 5 times again. I'm only going to do 3 because this rope is fat. And then you take your tag end, run it through the loop, and then pull on your main line, and it cinches the snail down on the knot. Now you clip off this piece and you're left with a snail hook where when it hits the bottom and the weight touches it, the top pops up. So with that, you have, this is 80-pound braid. Just gonna take a little bit of it off. Okay, I need sharper scissors. So with this on my line, I take, it's a 1-ounce tungsten bullet weight, put it through with the bullet end facing, no, you can't see that, but with the bullet end facing up the line. Crap. Go in your home. So this is just a short piece, there's obviously no rod. But now my line's free. Normally I'd put a bobber stop on there, which is one of these, but I don't want to waste them because I don't have many left. So this is what I use for the bobber stop, and that stops my bobber, or not my bobber, but my weight from moving. So then from there, I'm going to take, this is a 5/0 VMC flipping hook. Same thing again. And I'm going to run it through the end, make my tag line down here, take my loose end, wrap it around here 5 times. You can do 10 times, it doesn't really matter. Wrap it around the top of the hook. Push my end back through the loop. Ow, stuck myself in the finger, awesome. And then pull my main in again. And if you watch, it'll pull that smooth up on the line and leave it perfectly on there. So then from there, take our tag end off, and now we have our Snell knot tied on the hook. And from there, you have your weight, and if you watch, when this hits the bottom, if we tied it right, your hook will flip up. So for a flipping hook, you got a, what is this, Strike King KVD hard plastic, or soft plastic hard candy crawl. Looks like he's missing a leg. So same with the Texas rig. This is not a not the same hook you're used to seeing for Texas rigging, like a worm hook or a wide gap. We go through the top about a 1/4 inch, pop it out, bring it all the way up. You can see the end of this flipping hook has like bait keepers on it. Bring it all the way up to the top, and I actually go, most people go all the way above the eyelet, and then we'll spin the bait around, and we're going to bury the hook back into the soft plastic. So I'm burying it completely, so that way I get a clean, straight down profile with the bait. And then obviously when this bait hits the bottom upside down, or a fish bites it, this snail knot is going to cause this to ratchet up and catch that hook in the top of the fish's mouth. And then on the other side of that, the other knot that I tied a second ago, this is I think this is a 4/0 wide gap worm hook, Gamakatsu or VMC. I don't know, I took them all out of the original package. Same thing again, roll it back around, pinch my line off tight, push that. This works with monofilament, fluorocarbon braid, doesn't matter what you're using. Pull it through. I'm going to hold the eyelet. It helps if you pinch it like right there, just so it keeps your hole open at the bottom. I'm going to wrap that 5 times. 4, 5. Then I'm going to take it back through the original loop, through the loop I just made again, and then cinch that down. And then now we'll pull that tight, and it leaves us with the 2 tag ends. So now we have a tag end here and a tag end here, so we'll clip both those off. Clip that one off. And you have the same thing. You can do this with a smaller weight than that tungsten weight that I put on there a second ago. With the wide gap worm hook, doesn't matter. You can do a soft plastic worm, creature bait, crawl, swim bait, anything, and even with this hook, same way. Let's use this side of it this time. I'm going to put it in. This time I'm just going to go up to the end of the bend in the hook, push it back out, bring my guy up here, so now he's on the edge of my gap. And then again, I'm going to tag him through the top. I think I got it a little long. Tagging through the top. And we have our Texas rigged creature bait on a wide gap hook. Another thing you can do too is run your hook all the way through the bait. Ow. All the way through the bait, so your hook comes out the other side. So now my bait looks like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bait, I'm going to pull it back just a little bit, and I'm going to skin hook it. So now it might be hard to see in the camera, but there's a little bit of hook right there, and it's skin hook. So now when a fish bites that, it pops out, bam, and we stab him.